Welcome to the next episode of the Dark Web Deacon. Before we begin, be sure to smash that subscribe button, click the bell to turn on notifications, and check out the latest items in the Dark Web Deacon merch store. There is a link in the video description below, and become a true Dark Web enthusiast. New videos are published every Monday and Thursday. Who is the real Satoshi Nakamoto? Ever since Bitcoin began trading in 2008, its mysterious creator has never been identified. And currently, they have around $70 billion worth of Bitcoin in their account. Rumors have swirled that a reclusive and supposed Japanese computer scientist named Satoshi Nakamoto invented the cryptocurrency. Many have claimed to be Satoshi, while others speculate Nakamoto is in fact a pseudonym for the real inventor, with his name translating to "at the center of." So let's dive into the very interesting and latest list of unusual suspects. Tesla billionaire Elon Musk. First on the list, and least likely in my view, is Musk, who has made his fortune through his electric car company, PayPal, and SpaceX. The South African is the richest man in the world currently. A former SpaceX intern, Sahil Gupta, wrote in a blog post in 2017 stating that Musk was probably the creator of Bitcoin. He wrote, "Satoshi is probably Elon." But Musk hit back in a tweet, denying that he was the mysterious founder and saying he had lost his only Bitcoin. And with Elon seemingly having an on-again, off-again endorsement of Bitcoin, it seems very unlikely that he is Satoshi. Next up, international criminal Paul Roux. Roux was once dubbed the Jeff Bezos of the dark web and has been linked to Bitcoin. The South African is an expert coder who started an online pharmaceutical prescription business before branching out into drug smuggling. He built a massive global empire selling arms and drugs around the world. In a recent court case, a document with a footnote containing Roux's Wikipedia page was made public, leading to speculation he was in fact the creator. Satoshi's code used English and Commonwealth spellings such as color, which Roux would do after being raised in South Africa and Zimbabwe. Last year, he was jailed for 25 years for murder. I find it very unlikely that Roux is Satoshi, based on his lifelong motivations to earn money through drugs and arms. Next, university professor Vila Lintvedt. The Finnish professor denies being the inventor of Bitcoin, despite being one of the first to be put forward as a possible Nakamoto in 2011. The New Yorker magazine even named the Oxford University research fellow as the inventor of Bitcoin. But Lintvedt told the magazine, "I would love to say that I'm Satoshi because Bitcoin is very clever, but it's not me." The professor had researched Bitcoin but said he was against the anonymous currency. He said, quote, "The only people who need cash in large denominations right now are criminals," end of quote. Next up, physicist Dori Nakamoto. In a high-profile March 2014 Newsweek article, Nakamoto, a Japanese-American man living in California whose birth name is Satoshi Nakamoto, was speculated to be the real Nakamoto in question. Besides his name, Nakamoto worked as a systems engineer on classified defense projects and a computer engineer for technology and financial information services companies. He also shared the libertarian ideology that is steeped in Bitcoin. The article's publication led to a flurry of media interest, including reporters camping out near Dori Nakamoto's house and suddenly chasing him by car when he drove to do an interview. During the subsequent full-length interview, Dori Nakamoto denied all connection to Bitcoin, saying he had never even heard of the currency before. Next, cryptogenius Nick Saba. Researchers have studied Saba's likelihood of being Satoshi Nakamoto. Computer scientist Saba once wrote a proposal for an online currency called BitGold in 1998, which bared an uncanny resemblance to Bitcoin. In 2008, the techie wrote on his blog that he wanted to turn BitGold into a reality. Linguists studying Saba's writing and comparing it to Nakamoto in 2014 found striking similarities. The report read, quote, "None of the other possible authors were anywhere near as good of a match," end of quote. Saba denied the claims in a tweet, writing, "Not Satoshi, but thank you." Software geek Gavin Anderson. Anderson was handed the reins to Bitcoin by its mysterious creator. Some reports claim Nakamoto handed the Bitcoin reins over to the US developer and programmer in 2010. But some believe the tech expert actually just handed the reins over to himself, killing off his fake identity. Anderson founded the Bitcoin Foundation in 2012 to support the development of the currency. He stepped down from the foundation officially in 2016 and has not been involved in the currency since then. In 2016, he did go on record, publicly stating that he thought Craig Wright was the creator of Bitcoin. Next up, Australian businessman Craig Wright. Wright claims a court case has proven he is the sole inventor of the currency. Wright, 51, from Brisbane, says he is the owner of Nakamoto's alleged 1.1 million bitcoins. Craig, who has Asperger's syndrome and reportedly only sleeps 4 hours a night, is the only person to have publicly claimed he is the inventor of Bitcoin. He has been ordered to pay £70 million in damages to the family of his friend David Kleinman. Kleinman's family had alleged Craig told them he created Bitcoin with David, something Craig denies. He has now said he will give a portion of his Bitcoin fortune to charity in a transaction that can be publicly viewed to prove his identity. And last on our list of unusual suspects is computer scientist and cypherpunk Hal Finney. Finney was a pioneer in the realm of cryptography and the first recipient of Bitcoin, so it is not a huge leap of faith for certain reporters to assume that Finney was the man behind the cryptocurrency boom. It was Forbes journalist Andy Greenberg who first made the connection between Hal and Satoshi. After an interview, however, Greenberg concluded that Hal Finney was not, in fact, Satoshi Nakamoto, but may have ghostwritten a few of Nakamoto's blog posts and papers. Sadly, Finney passed away in 2014 due to ALS, and his body has been cryopreserved. Finney remained an ardent supporter of cryptocurrency and a hardcore cypherpunk throughout his entire life. Finney's untimely death does fuel more speculation of why the Bitcoin account has remained dormant for so long and has swelled to nearly $70 billion in wealth. Thanks for watching, and as always, please like, subscribe, and provide comments, and turn on notifications by clicking the bell in order to check out future videos published twice a week.